Hey guys, what's up? It's Karl here, and as you can tell from the title, it is finally time for a studio tour. I typically have someone else film this, but with the entire work from home thing, you'll have to settle with me trying my best to showcase this studio, which is in a pretty decent working condition. We'll start off with the area that I think most of you know first. It's the iconic orange wall down this way. So this area here is what most of you guys see first, and what I tease the most. It's probably the part which I'm the most proud of. It's of course the orange wall and this desk, which make set number one. This is the typical view that most of you guys see here on YouTube, but this is what I see in this view. And we've also got a behind the scenes camera to show you how different everything is. But right here off to the side, this is where a monitor lives, and this is where I see what I'm actually recording. This is the LG 32UL950, completely overkill, but I just happen to have two of these monitors, so one lives off here, and of course the other one lives off behind for all of my second or B-roll shots. We of course have the reviewer's desk, and the question, if you're new to this channel, that everyone asks, we've got an orange wall behind me. And if you haven't noticed, orange is my favorite color. Maybe we'll run through some of my favorite pieces of that orange wall very quickly. We've got my all-time prized possession. This is the LEGO GT3 RS. It combines all of my loves of orange, Porsche, LEGO, into one. And I usually get LEGO builds on very important milestones, and I got this one when I moved into my OG studio, that spot that you guys used to know. That's almost been 3 years ago now. Custom gaming consoles in, of course, orange, and I know that the new Xbox is on the way, but having these just as memorabilia in the future, these are one of ones, as that's essentially what a custom is. This MacBook Pro was the one that got damaged in that hotel flood at WWDC, so it doesn't work, hence it sits on the wall with a dbrand skin over top. A skin is the quickest way to make anything that you love your favorite color, and it's also super cheap. Kicks, not that I'm a hype beast or anything, but I used to be a bit more into shoes a couple of years ago. I got these only to have on display. Don't think I would ever wear these. They're a bit too much. They're the Jordan Gatorade editions. But yeah, that is the orange wall in a nutshell, and if you have any other suggestions to add to that, please let me know down below, and I plan to swap things out that are not orange onto there eventually as well. And there is so much more to a YouTube video that goes on behind the scenes, and maybe we'll start with the lights first. It's what the eye kind of sets on. These are two 120D Mark 1s. I got these ones on sale, and they do have the Mark II light domes. These are both from Aputure. And these are what give my videos that super soft lighting, and I have had them since my previous studio. The biggest upgrade actually comes on the bottom. Forgive all of the cable management. I've moved every single piece of equipment to have wheels, and I got that tip from NKBHD. It has made the biggest difference. So everything that I use, wheels, wheels, wheels galore. And as a little tip, these are actually wheel stand converters. You don't need to go out and buy separate stands that have wheels built in. As long as you have any sort of light stand, these converters will work with it. And they're around 30 bucks each, and I have them both on my light stands as well as my sound blankets, which I guess we'll go to next. They're off here in the corner in the makeshift kitchen area. And these were the second biggest new upgrades to the studio. The problem with having a loft that is around 15 feet tall, the sound echo is huge. So having these sound blankets helps a ton. And of course, like I mentioned, they are on wheels, so I can move them around to any set location I need. The audio from the channel comes mostly through this Sennheiser MKE 600, but more importantly, I got another new stand. It seems to be a theme, and of course had to get a matching counterweight in orange. It seems that most of my upgrades this year have been light stands, tripod legs, etc. Not too sure if that's a good or bad thing. And from the orange wall, we move to the first little nook of the area. You can see we've got a ton of natural light with downtown Toronto right there. Of course, empty because everyone is at home. But we have our little monitoring system here that I want to share. And this entire studio is powered by Rogers. They give me some pretty decent internet speeds. But more importantly, I've got a home monitoring kit right here. And that helps a ton because this place, of course, is empty at night. And every night when I do leave the studio, this system is armed, and just having that peace of mind when I'm gone and when I get deliveries, I do have motion sensors built in, and when traveling does start up again, 2 to 3 weeks if I'm gone from here, just having the peace of mind that all my stuff is safe is always nice to know. And just past that desk into the second window, this is where you have my overhead rig. So any of the overhead shots that you see on the channel are done in this area here. Camera typically mounts to this point. And you can see all the lenses that do live off to the side that I swap through. I am primarily a Sony user. I've been using the Sony a7R III for almost a year and a half now. I've been fairly happy with them, even though I don't think the color science is the best. I might be eyeing an upgrade to Canon. I know that I've been a Sony fanboy for the longest time in the near future. We'll kind of see what happens. I do love the lightweight and versatility of Sony's. That's why I would never buy a Red. Never say never though. Coming from the overhead rig into this area, this is what I will call set number 2 or set B. This is typically the view that you see. And what you see here is set number 2, where the setups live, and I've promised myself I will build a PC, and I've said that for maybe 5-6 years. I'm holding myself accountable. There will be a PC in either one of these desks, I promise you guys. And in this final area here, this is where we have 2 of the main working desk areas, and this main spot here is where I build most of my desk setups. You can see now though, it is housing the Starship Destroyer that I recently just finished from LEGO. If you couldn't tell already, I'm a huge LEGO fan. This was by far the most complicated and longest build that I've had. We've got some little shelves down on this corner. This is from a company called Grovemade. And this desk area here, I think will become my personal working desk one day. When I do get my Pro Display XDR, I'll hook that up to my 16-inch MacBook Pro. I love working in front of windows, but right now it does just house all of the products that come into the studio, technically what's on deck for my next video. And coming from that corner, we're going into the main living space of this studio slash workspace. This is a bit of a hack. It's a little couch. Of course, we've got the TV. I think it looks a bit like a frat setup. We've got the TV currently sitting on the floor. Of course, the kitchen in the back. We've got a bedroom in the back, which I typically store gear, but that's going through some renovations right now. But swinging onto this area, this is the part that I need your help on. This is supposed to be set number 3. And currently all we have right now is a desk where you can see some of my LEGO builds. The next one on deck is a AT-AT Walker. We just completed the Bugatti. And we do have a stand frame setup that can support some sort of backdrop. And behind that is where there's most of the storage actually here. This is where a lot of the hardware lives, a lot of unopened boxes, and it is so underrated to have storage in any sort of place, so I actually love these double doors that open up into this closet. But please, please, please do give me some suggestions for this area, how to build that out as a set. Like I mentioned, we've got the Frat Boys set up with the LG OLED living on the floor. Have been playing a ton of Call of Duty lately. And the last little area where we actually started this tour, we see the good old YouTube plaque. Thank you for 100,000. That's because all of you. And another little gaming console. This is the Legends Ultimate Arcade. Another thing that I've been spending way too much time on. It comes with 350 classic games pre-installed, but the best part, you can download a custom ROM and run it on your arcade. You can connect it to Steam and download some of your favorites. It's a nice little hint of nostalgia and a change up from some modern games like, of course, Call of Duty. So yeah, that kind of concludes my entire office slash studio tour. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's kind of taken the longest time to make slash build out, but I do think a lot of this time that I've been spending here in isolation has helped out. So please leave some future recommendations down below. I'm always looking to make upgrades to this space. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour, of course, and kind of see behind the scenes what it takes to make some of these YouTube videos. Hope you're all staying healthy and safe, and I will catch the rest of you in one of my next ones or in one of my vlogs. Peace!